Hey everyone, it's Cris and John from Tube Ton Gaming, and the camera is autofocusing. Anyway, we're here today with a new review on two products. As you see, we have a new hose. It's the Dream Hose, and you can't really see it, but right here, John's going to do a close-up here in a second, of the Hookah House. John, why don't you go ahead and give us fucking Mark Scorsese that shit and do a nice zoom in. Yeah. So, we're smoking out of my black double pair KM hookah. There we go, that's Hookah House.
We got this from hookahjohn.com.
It was on sale for $17 during Cyber Monday. Don't know if that sale's still going on or not.
I know that they have been on sale for quite some time because they had a batch of these that they made that were defective, and the manufacturer refused to refund them their money, and so Hookah John just decided to take a hit and charge customers, I think, like 75% off, I think is what they, because it was originally like 60 bucks and we got it for 17.
It's 45.
Oh, it was originally 45?
I think so. So that's the KM double pair, like I said. We got the Alien Mini Funnel, 2 titanium coals, and a Cloud Lotus, and of course the Dream Hose. First off, we're going to talk a little bit about what we like about each thing. Here, go ahead. The Hookah House. Ours wasn't defective. We were told that it would fit in most sizes. It did not fit around the base, but I took some sandpaper, or a file rather, and I filed out until it did fit. Finally got it in there, and I noticed something right off the bat is that I'm not going to do it, but if I was to push this, the base wouldn't go anywhere, but this still wobbles like crazy, which makes this wobble, which makes the coals wobble, which means we'd still have spillage.
Initial reason we bought this hookah home was because we wanted to reduce the amount of wobble that the hookah would have when we had friends over who had been drinking, or just clumsy people like me knocking over the coals and putting holes in our carpeting. But this doesn't seem to have really reduced the opportunity for,
like, if someone knocks into it, those coals are still going.
Yeah.
So it was a gamble. We gambled on any other hookah. Like, if the hookah came up to maybe here, it'd probably be fine. Like, in the new hookah me and John are going to buy, which will be a surprise when we get it and what kind we're getting, I think that'll be fine. I don't think it'll wobble as much. I think it'll be absolutely fine. This is one of the taller KMs.
And it, even without that hookah home, this hookah has always kind of had a wobble to it because it doesn't fit.
It's so top heavy.
Into
it tends to lean because of the top heaviness. But, you know, it was 17 bucks. I'm not going to bitch about it. And it's, you know,
if you,
aesthetically kind of pleasing.
If you have, yeah, for sure, if you have wood floors or wood, wood decor, definitely goes with your wood decor really well. And if you are prone to breaking bases, then this is perfect, because you're not going to break a base.
Yeah, that base doesn't move. I could pick it up and the stem would come off. It's got, I wish I wouldn't have put the whole thing together to show you, but it is very sturdy. It doesn't move at all. I can kind of, it doesn't really do it justice, because, like, this is me wiggling it pretty good. Really good, actually. And you can notice it's not really moving the base at all. It's not really moving the stem. So it's doing,
it gives more,
basically,
it gives more stability for sure. And if we did have a shorter hookah, it would give optimal security of the hookah. So I would say that it's a good buy, especially because they're cheaper, because they had a defective batch.
Yeah, and they're super, like, this is at the highest setting. It actually goes down quite a ways. I'm sure if our Starbuzz Unicus hookah was still around, it'd fit perfectly in this thing too. It goes down really, really low. The top has a ring you can twist, and it gets tighter around the base of the, well, whatever you want to tighten it against, I guess. And then little pegs secure that into place. So Stubborn's Unicus to this, I'm sure it would hold just about anything. So,
But do be forewarned that when you are putting it together, that it might not fit properly right away. You might have to do a little bit working, and that was warned on the website that some of them don't fit perfectly, and that's part of the defectiveness. So,
Yeah.
but great buy.
yeah, $17, you can't really go wrong.
Right.
You might as well try it out. And if you just, in all honesty, you could probably make one. Like, once you get the pieces to this, say you don't like the wood, or whatever crap reason you can think of, you could easily reproduce this on your own.
Right.
Onto the hose, we got, hold on. It is the Dream Hose, or the D-Hose. And right here on the vinyl, you can see it says D, but the D stands for Dream. We got it in green, because we have 2 blue ones, a black one, and an orange one.
And we are thinking about purchasing a green hookah in the future.
So I thought this would be really nice. This was also on sale during Cyber Monday. It's normally, I don't know how much. I'll look it up while John talks.
Talking. Yeah, I mean, the hose is definitely aesthetically pleasing. It looks much more fashionable than any normal hose.
It's definitely more modern. Like, if you're looking
Yeah.
for a modern look, like say you have an art hookah, but you have a traditional hose, you want something a little more modern, a Dream Hose, and they come in crazy amounts of colors.
Yeah, so both products we're reviewing today are definitely for those of you who are maybe fancier, less traditional hookah smokers and want to look nice when you have friends over for a party. This is a perfect party hose. Looks nice.
It's made out of glass, and then it's got 2 aluminum pieces, this and the adapter to the hose. This is silicone with high heat resistance. I watched a guy on the internet hold a lighter to it for 10 seconds.
A Zippo lighter.
It turned black, but it didn't deform or anything. He wiped the black right off. It was completely fine. So if you're clumsy, you drop coals on, or if you in the past have dropped coals on your hose, you know that even for that little tiny split second will melt your hose.
And this is washable, correct? So it's definitely one of the most fashionable and most durable washable hoses.
And what's nice is this is only, it's fit in there with these 3 O-rings, and it comes, as you see, off fairly easily. So if you happen to break your glass tip, they sell replacements. This hose is normally $36. Hookah John has them right now. This may just be his normal price, but it says $29. I think we got ours for $25. I think ours was cheaper than that.
Yep.
And the glass tips are $15 right now on Hookah John. Like I said, a bunch of different colors. Let's see if I can...
Really, you could... It's almost certain that you would be able to find a color that would match your hookah.
On his website, he's got black, red, green, blue, pink. What's the last one?
Orange. Yep.
So the silicone will always be, like, as you see, the handles are like a normal green. This is more of a light or even kind of neonish green. $29, you're not going to beat it for a modern looking hose. And like I said, if you're worried about breaking your tip, they sell replacements for them. And if you don't want a glass tip, they have 2 different kinds of Dream hoses. They have an aluminum one that is $26, $27, and an acrylic one that's $20. And the acrylic one will be no different than the hose John has in his hands, which is the Starbuzz Lightning version 1.
This is our only other washable hose.
The Norbiche is washable.
Oh, well, this is the one that we use most often when we're having parties because we like to smoke numerous different flavors and give our friends different experiences. So we really wanted to kind of upgrade from this because the grommet really doesn't fit well in this. It never seems to stay in, and this seems to be giving us no issues with staying in.
It stays in pretty tight. It didn't come with a grommet. I had an extra one. So be wary, if you don't have extra grommets, you're going to have to order one. This is simply required. It comes in this box, which kind of, which kind of threw me because it's a purple box, and I was like, hope they didn't give us a purple one.
And
not that I would
like,
care.
It's almost like erotic packaging, and then it comes out and looking erotic.
So if you ever want to give your friends the D, it comes in the hose, the tip, the glass piece, and the hose adapter that connects it to the hookah. Comes in those many pieces. They just pressure fit right in. You push them in, and I mean,
really,
it's in there really good.
You could keep the packaging around and use that for transporting it if you're concerned with your glass part.
I'm definitely going to keep it. It's a nice box regardless. So.
Right, it's definitely nice packaging, and you can put your glass tip in there if you're concerned about breaking it.
Yeah,
traveling.
You can take it off and just put it in there if your O-rings get bad. Just go to Aces or Home Depot or wherever and buy some more O-rings. The hits off this, they're pretty big. It's probably the biggest Hello Cat, biggest gauge hose we have. So nice hits.
Nice
that's
hits, and our hookah hasn't really even been going that long.
Yeah, we've only been smoking about 10 minutes. That's everything. The hose, I'm going to give the hose 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nice.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
The only reason this glass tip would break if like someone threw it to someone, like a jackass, and that would probably, it's glass, so it's going to break if it hits something hard. But if you're careful, you shouldn't have a problem.
We smoke around carpet and padded areas, so I don't foresee us having any issues. It's definitely aesthetically pleasing. It's washable. It's durable. There's nothing wrong with this hose. It is a higher price hose, obviously, because it is more aesthetically pleasing. But if you do have the money to spend on it, I would definitely recommend it for sure.
So what do you think, John?
I would definitely give the hose a 10 out of 10 for sure.
And the house, I'm going to give the house a 10 out of 10. It doesn't necessarily super work for what we have, but if it was a slightly smaller hookah, it would work fine. And the adjustments I had made took me about an hour with a knife and a file just to get it.
And the adjustments you had made
just a little
were
bit.
Because of our hookah as well.
Yeah, our hookah base, it said it would fit KM hookahs, but like John said, it says these items are, they're not all working properly, somewhat defective. Ours wasn't even defective, it just was slightly smaller than we anticipated it would be. Like I said, an hour worth of just minor shaving.
Yeah.
And I got it to fit just fine, and it does protect the base pretty well.
It looks great. It's durable. It's sturdy. So, you might have some, you might need to do some alterations like Chris did to ours, but other than that, it's an exceptional deal for the price that they're selling for right now because it is defective. So I would give it a 9 out of 10.
So there you go. So
10 out of 10 for both of us for the hose, and a 9.5 on the hookah home.
So there you go. If you guys have the money and want to have a modern looking hose and something that could potentially save your carpet or wood floors, then there you go.
$17 to buy.
Both good buys.
$17 for the hookah home or $40 to replace your base.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our reviews for this. Next week we'll be reviewing some of the new flavors we got in, and then we're going to do something new in the weeks to come. We're going to do a mixed flavor, one that we mix together. We don't even know if it tastes good yet or not. Find out in the weeks to come if the flavors we mix are any good, and tune in soon for what we're smoking right now.
If you have any suggestions on what we should smoke, or what's your favorite new flavor, or some mixtures that you try out, whether it be with haze or fumari, or I'm always very interested in when people mix different types of tobacco, because not all of them mix well together. So if you think you're clever, think you mix well, shoot us a line and we'll try it out.
So once again, I'm Chris, that's John, and tune in next week for another hookah review. Later, guys.
Later.